Have you ever seen those shot on iPhone advertisements or billboards? Usually it's some amazing scene from around the world and it's just so beautiful. You think, well, how could that be shot on a phone? Well, there are a few ways that phone photographers get their shots to look that way, and sometimes it's more a testament to the software of the phone than necessarily the phone's camera lens. iPhone photographers use a ton of editing software, sometimes even on their phone, which you can check the link below to see my video on some of that. But in addition to the editing software, a lot of them actually use a different camera app that provides a little more control over the stock camera app. Now, while the photographer using these camera apps definitely affects the outcome of the shot, these camera apps are probably at least a good place to start. Mentioned at least once in every camera roundup around the web, VSCO is not just a good photo editing app, but it's also a pretty good camera. VSCO has a ton of manual controls for your more professional iPhone photographer, from white balance to ISO to shutter speed. All in all, it gives you a ton of manual controls that your average photographer can use to get the exact shot, and unlike some of the other camera apps on this list, it is totally free. Beyond that, VSCO also has the ability to give you some inspiration in the form of curated photos from its huge international user base. As the name suggests, Manual is a camera app that's all about giving you full control over all of your camera's settings. With things like shutter, white balance, ISO, focus, and exposure composition, it gives you a much more hands-on approach to taking photos on your iPhone. It can also give you a live histogram and automatically monitor exposure values for those more data-intensive photographers out there. As of iOS 9, Pro Camera took a unique approach to upgrading their app for iOS 8. Instead of upgrading it at all, they basically scrapped the entire thing and started from scratch and came up with their aptly named Pro Camera 9. With a super slick and minimalist UI, it too gives you control over all of the manual settings of the camera, from shutter speed to exposure and more. It adds to this a ton of unique filters and effects, as well as a night mode that works relatively well, and a full resolution preview mode. Some advanced editing tools, scene modes, and an exposure button are some of the features that Camera Plus has that some of the other camera apps on here just don't. In addition to that, it also has some interesting flash modes, continuous or frontal flash, for example. Touch focus, filters, and a well-organized UI are what put it on a lot of people's lists. Hydra is a great camera for anyone trying to do low light photography. With a really good HDR mode for images and videos, a low light mode, real-time zoom, upscaling of images to 32 megapixels should you want that, and more, it is often raved as the best quote-unquote less than perfect lighting camera app. Probably the oldest third-party camera app, Hipstamatic, is sort of famous in the camera app world. It has tons of live filters, a manual mode like the rest of them, and a pro mode for manual manipulation. Again, similar to the others on this list. The use of the filters in real time, though, is really what gave it its claim to fame, and if filters are your thing, it's definitely worth a look. There you go, the 6 best iOS camera apps that I could find. VSCO seems to be one that's really on everybody's list, so probably worth checking out. It's also free, which doesn't hurt. And then things like Hipstamatic and Hydra are probably also good to just have for very specific low light and filter situations. Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of camera apps that I missed, so please let me know in the comments below what camera apps you guys really like. It'll also help out other people that are searching for a camera app for themselves. If you guys like this video though, please thumbs up it or share it. It is greatly appreciated. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching.